Yo, we live back with another one, man. What's happening, man? It's your boy Ralph, JB, Ron. We here with another episode. I don't know what number it is, but we gotta pat ourselves on the back, congratulate ourselves for still going, even though we lost count. But
Mhm.
this is how we do it every week. Damn you two sports, Ron, JB, fellas, what's happening?
What's up?
Man, I don't know it, man. I guess basketball over with until ain't nothing
What?
else left for that except the draft and free agency.
What?
But ain't no more games being played to summer league. I don't know how much summer league you pay attention to,
A
but
lot.
watch summer league. Oh,
Yeah.
but that's it, man. The Knicks, the champs. You know, they just tearing up New York right now. Whole damn city getting tore up, Ron. They
Right.
tearing,
That
they
was
tearing up the city buses and every damn thing.
right. That was me and Josh that were talking about 10 minutes ago. You got motherfuckers climbing on light poles and shit.
Yeah, man. Damage in the city, fighting
What?
all over the damn place. Uh, just tearing up property. There's all kind of shit going on. I understand it's been 53 years since the last time they
What?
won something,
What?
as far as the Knicks go, but still, man, there ain't no reason to do all this shit they doing, man. They out there fighting and somebody got shot.
A couple people got shot out there.
Yeah, got shot, man.
The- it got to the point that every time you seen a San Antonio Spurs fan walking through, he would get jumped.
Yeah, man. That's sad, bro. That's sad, man.
And I like, ain't
Uh
no way in hell.
in the I seen a couple videos. Yeah, it's more out there, but I saw a couple of them where, like you said, anybody with any type of San Antonio shirt, jersey, hat,
That.
whatever, anything that represented the San Antonio Spurs, they was just trying to make their way through the crowd and get on wherever the hell they was trying to go.
Right.
And they was just getting jumped by a mob of people. I'm talking about it might have been 30 on one. I mean, nothing you could do. Nothing.
I'm
They
like,
were trying to rip the jerseys off people and rip the
yeah.
jerseys up and all kind of shit, man. I'm telling you, Ron, it would have been, if it had been me, Ron, I would have sent some people to the Heavenly Father. I'm talking about I would have shanked up some motherfuckers out there, Ron. It would have been some shanking going on. I would have been,
Right.
I would have been poking motherfuckers like I would have been shanking them like hell, bro. Ain't no
Right.
way in the hell you finna just rip no jerseys off me. Now,
It's-
I understand everybody out there wasn't doing that was a
Right.
Knicks fan. It was just some people out there doing some shit to go viral. You know what I'm saying? To be seen and be in the crowd. I understand you got people like that everywhere. All them people that did all that wasn't a representation of all of the Knicks fan base. Because it is some civilized, Knicks fans. I know a few civilized Knicks fans, and
Right. Me too.
even if they had a went to New York, they wouldn't have been out in the crowd doing that.
Right.
But ain't no way in the hell I'm walking and you talking about jumping me just because I got the other team jersey on. You trying to rip the jersey off me and beat, man. Listen, man, I would have sent some people to the Heavenly Father with a shank.
To the upper room.
Damn right I would have. In
Pop
a
out.
heartbeat. I mean, you can't have no guns in New York, but damn it, you can shank a motherfucker. Yeah, you ain't gotta have a shank. You have a damn screwdriver and use this one. I would have got them up off me. When they seen one go down in a pool of blood, I would have, I hate to talk like this online, but the shit I saw, you would have had to take somebody out.
Yeah.
You would have had to. There's no way in the hell you could have got arrested if you took somebody out. That was outright. The police should have just said right there on the spot, look, man, we ain't even gonna arrest you, bro. It's 40 people jumping on you. That ain't nothing but self-defense.
It just sad that could nobody walk through there with a San Antonio jersey or a hat.
Nothing.
Even in Texas, San Antonio, they did the same thing to the New York Knicks fan.
You couldn't even have Spur colors on. You could just have a black and silver shirt. It just could be a plain black and silver shirt. If it had Spur colors in it, you was getting it. You was getting it.
I said, man. Yeah.
So what you think about the finals? Since it's all said and done, now the Knicks are the champs. So how you feel about the finals and how you think it? Did you enjoy it?
I enjoy it because I can't stand San Antonio. I can't stand them. To me, when San Antonio were playing on TV when I was coming up, they were the boys team.
Yeah, they was bored.
Like they were real boring back then.
Right.
And now I still can't stand them. And I think Wemby a piece of shit, to be honest with you. A dirty motherfucker. And me personally, I think the NBA created a dirty player in Wemby.
You think they did?
Yeah, because he was doing something he was doing through the whole playoff. The man was doing everything he wanted to. He didn't get suspended or nothing. I mean, if you going to suspend Draymond Green, you could suspend Wemby.
Yeah, you could have. He could have arguably got suspended in that game, in that series against the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Right. He seen the dude out of the corner of his eye and was like this, elbow.
And purposely did it.
Right. So you tell me next year, if I knock the motherfucker on his ass, don't suspend me.
Yeah. See, when they when they don't call stuff like that, they kind of open it up for other people to start doing it. And then when you call it on other people, it's like, well, why are you trying to call it now when you didn't call it then when you could have prevented it?
And I like you just mentioned the NBA going basically back in the day with the bad boy Pistons.
Yeah. So I mean, the Spurs, I mean, not to cut y'all, but the Spurs, to be honest with you, the Spurs outplayed the Knicks this whole series. They held the double-digit lead in every game.
I don't think they outplayed. I think the Knicks got more experience in big-time games.
That's what I'm saying. The Spurs overall outplayed the Knicks because, like I said, the Spurs held the lead in every game. They blew a 29-point lead in game 4. Right. And it's just that the Knicks, to your point, what you just said, being the more experienced team, they just knew what to do in certain situations and stayed poised.
Right.
The Spurs didn't know what to do to maintain the lead. They knew what to do to get the lead, but they didn't know what to do to maintain the lead. But the Spurs, being more experienced, like you said, when they got down, they stayed poised because they was experienced, and they knew that the Spurs didn't know how to maintain a lead, especially late. You know, they knew how to get a lead early, but they didn't know how to maintain and keep a lead late.
To me, if I could be real with you right quick, I don't think the Spurs should have got there.
So if Jalen Williams and AJ Mitchell play in that OKC Thunder series, the Thunder would have won Game 7, and it would have been the Thunder playing the Knicks.
Versus the Knicks. Right. To me, and shout out to my boy June. He a New York Knicks fan. I think the only reason San Antonio got there this year because they did not play no big man that got offense and defensive backs. Name an offense big man that played in the playoffs.
Outside of Cat?
Outside of Cat.
Well, Chet, he froze up, so
right.
I don't looking at Chet, I don't really know what type of game he got in the playoffs. I mean, it looks all right in the regular season, but playoffs, you really can't tell, you know, what it is now, especially when you're going up against other skill big man. And then what round 1 was against who? Portland?
Portland, and they not really nothing.
No, I mean they up and coming with Donovan Clean and the other big man, I forget his name, Hanson Yang. But they ain't there yet. Then second round was who? Minnesota. Rudy Gobert is just a defensive guy. He's not an offensive threat at all.
Right.
And you know the Western Conference Finals was OKC, and like we just said, Chet, we know he all right in the regular season, but when it comes to playoffs against other skilled big man, he froze up.
Right. So that's what I think about San Antonio. You got there Yeah, you rode hard a little bit, but Wemby had his way with everybody in the West.
Yeah.
With not playing, he don't got to play defense like that on big mans. And you got to the finals. Okay, you went up against another big man that they play offense and defense. Cat.
Yeah.
And Michael, what the other one name? Michael
Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, Mitchell Robinson.
He's not really he ain't an offensive threat. He just plays defense. He just rim protecting and rebound. Right.
But other than that, I knew Cat would get him. Hell, I said it on Talk Your Ears last week and the week before. I seen the ass whooping coming. And I love every bit of it. So, I want it. I wanted New York Knicks to whoop their ass.
Oh, you want the Knicks to
beat them like they stole something. Because to me, Wemby weigh a buck 50, a buck 25, second weight. You're not ready. You too small.
Now, what if he can chisel up like Giannis? Because remember, Giannis came in the league. He was skinny.
Right.
Like,
I mean, he can. I'm not saying he can't. I'm not saying that. But
that didn't happen overnight for Giannis, though. That chiseling up didn't happen overnight.
That happened like
you gradually seen that to what he is now.
But what I'm saying, you cannot be crying and be a dirty player at the same time. Where they do that shit at. And the NBA created the monster. That's what they created. They created this. You created Wemby throwing elbows and you're not doing shit about it. Ray Charles did see that elbow was coming.
So I know the season just ended. But as of right now, before the draft, before free agency, before all the trade, anything go down, what two teams you got coming out next year? Who you got coming out the West and who you got coming out the East? Because they said, I read something, they said the Spurs are already the favorite to get back to the finals next season.
I don't think the Spurs will come out next year. Because I think all these teams going to get better in the West.
You think OKC?
OKC, Minnesota, the Lakers, Houston.
Yeah, Houston.
I could see those teams right there coming out of the West next year.
So what's one team that made it in the playoffs this year in the West that you don't think will make it? I'm not talking about a play-in now. I'm just talking about the outright playoffs. What's one team in the West that made it that you don't think is going to make it this year?
I don't think San Antonio will make it.
You don't think they'll make the playoffs at all?
At all. Because this is why I say this. New York showed everybody the cheat code how to beat San Antonio.
Whoa. Like to go from the finals to you don't think they're going to make the playoffs at all?
At all.
Wow.
Because New York showed everybody how to beat San Antonio.
But that's in the playoffs. I'm talking about you don't even think they can get in the playoffs next year.
No.
Like who going to take their spot? Like what team that didn't get in is going to take their spot?
I could see the Lakers.
Well, the Lakers made it in the playoffs. Because remember, they beat Houston in the first round. They just got bumped out by OKC in the next round.
Let me see.
If Portland made it, so that's who San Antonio put out in the first round.
Right.
You know, Houston made it, Portland made it, Denver made it, Minnesota made it, San Antonio made it. Lakers made it.
I just think
San Antonio is going to be back in the play. They're going to be a top 3 seed in the West next year, 3 or 4 seed in the. Like I said, that's right now. That ain't. I don't even know what they gonna do in free agency because you know they got options in free agency if they choose to move some things around and bring.
But you also got players on that team that mad at why their players did not play so many hours. Why Fox? Why you? So it hating already a month each. A month.
Well, I mean, you could easily fix that. You could trade Fox.
If you gonna trade Fox when you take that cap hit.
What you mean?
Look at how much he finna get paid next year.
I know, but what I'm saying is, if you trade his contract, you don't owe him nothing. Whoever trades for him picks up the contract.
That's true.
But the money you I mean, they got positions they could upgrade because right now, De'Aaron Fox didn't play good in the finals. He got outplayed by Dylan Harper. Dylan Harper should have got more minutes. I think if Dylan Harper had played more minutes in the fourth quarter, a couple of them games, they would have won them games.
Right.
But instead, they continued to roll the dice with Fox, and it didn't work. So you got Fox, who max contract or kicks in.
Right.
Well, I forget what the numbers is on it, but it kicks in next season. You know, so you got options to move Fox with that type of money coming off the books. You can bring back another star player.
But who will take on that contract?
I don't know. Like you said, Ron, there's a sucker. There's a sucker. There are teams out there that will take on the contract. I'm not saying it's a lot of them. It's a couple of them out there that'll take on his contract just because he was in the finals, even though he played like shit in the finals. But there's a team that'll look at the fact that he was just in the finals and he's under 30. How old Fox is? 27, 28, somewhere in there? 27?
Somewhere in there.
He's somewhere in there. And they searching for a name, and they think De'Aaron Fox could be a name player. They could possibly bring other players in there. It's a suck out there that think like that.
Yeah, but the way he played in the finals, they let me know you're not ready.
Nah, like I said last week, he came from, and I hate to call Sacramento this, but damn it, it's the truth. He came from a G League team in the NBA.
Right.
The Sacramento Kings ain't did shit. Well, they had that 1 year Mike Brown was out there and they went 7 games with Golden State, and that's when they was lighting the beam and he won Coach of the Year and all that. But prior to that, they ain't did shit since who? Vlade Divac, Chris Webber, and all and Mike Bibby and all them.
Right. So again, you showing the whole world when the bright lights on the most, you don't know how to step up.
Nah, never been in the situation, but
a lot of those players never been in that situation. New York never been in that situation.
But like I said, New York, you can see New York gradually getting better each year.
Right, but then what I'm saying.
But the Spurs just went from rebuilding to boom finals.
But again, San Antonio had not played no big man with that got offensive bad and got a defensive bad. They had not seen no big man like that in the playoffs this year.
So what you saying? Not to cut y'all, but what you saying? What you think? Well, what I think you're trying to say is they need to go and get an actual big man and let Wemby be the stretch four, because he ain't gonna be able to bang with
he cannot bang. That's what New York do best. They bang. Shout out to my boy June in the comments. New York bang.
So that the Spurs need to go and get a center, even if it's not a scoring center, somebody that can bang with.
They need somebody that be like, you know what, you're not coming in the damn paint.
Because they gonna get enough scoring from Wemby, Castle, and Dylan Harper, and whoever else the 6 man come off the bench, as a team. So they center that they bring in don't necessarily have to score 18 to 20 points. If he give you 10 to 12 points,
get rebound.
If he can give you a double, 10 to 12 points and 10 rebounds, that's good. Be an enforcer in the paint and rim protect.
Right. Now, because the way Wemby got hit ass whoop, I surprised they still not whooping him motherfucking ass right now. You tell me the man to get away with murder on TV?
So I mean, they committed to Fox. So what you do with De'Aaron Fox?
You trade his punk ass.
For what? What do you? Because it's a couple. To me, they need to upgrade. They need two. They need an actual big, and they need a backup big.
You
need two bigs.
You got to find that something. You got to find that something now. I mean, I trade him. I hate to say this, but the Clippers.
I'm glad you brought up the Clippers because I'm gonna get to them a little later when we start talking about Giannis, because they just, you know, in the Clippers. Remember, they traded for Darius Garland, so
yeah,
that probably won't work. But I'm glad you brought. I'm gonna double back around to the Clippers later on when we start talking about the Giannis trade rumors and whatnot. But so to me, they need two bigs. They need a starting big, and they need a solid backup big. Now, if you look at a team like Utah, they loaded in the front court. You know, they got Lauri Markkanen. They get just traded for Jaren Jackson Jr. They got Nurkic still there, and they got Walker Kessler. So one of them ain't gonna get. And then they got the second overall pick in the draft, which is probably gonna be a guard. If they don't get AJ DeBounce, it's probably gonna be Darren Peterson, or they could throw in which that probably ain't gonna work either because he played the power forward. Cam Boozer. They ain't gonna work. They loaded in the front court. So would you take a swing at one of those bigs that Utah not gonna resign? Because you paying Jaren Jackson a healthy price tag. You're paying Lauri Markkanen a healthy price tag. Then you're trying to re-sign Walker Kessler. You already got Nurkic there. So one of them ain't gonna come back. So would you take a swing at trying to sign one of either Walker Kessler or Nurkic?
Yeah, you don't got no choice. What choice you got? I mean, the way San Antonio got their ass whooped mentally, and why I say that, Fox got hit mentally. Fox was fucked up mentally. He was fucked up to the point that you gonna miss the layup. Why you just did not dribble out the clock or dribble down to your teammates? Come down.
It's IQ. The IQ
right, your IQ fucked up to the point that you're not ready.
He wasn't there mentally. His IQ wasn't good.
Right.
But
so it like you've been in the league for so long, and Mike Brown should have never got fired for that shit.
Yeah.
Mike Brown got fired. Is that the best player on your team? And your best player having attitude problems, why should I get fired because he been boo-boo the fool?
And I'm glad you said that because that's why I refer to the Sacramento Kings as an NBA G League team.
Right.
Not an NBA team, but they are an actual G League team that's in the NBA. And they do bonehead shit. Because what you just said is they fired Mike Brown after he had them lighting the beam, making the playoffs, took the Golden State Warriors 7 games, and they were arguably in game 7, they just got out rebounded.
Right.
So all they had to do was add some reinforcement to the front court of that team with Sabonis and keep Mike Brown, which what happened was you fired Mike Brown in favor of keeping De'Aaron Fox. Then your dumbass turn around and trade De'Aaron Fox after you fired Mike Brown, who won Coach of the Year, had you playing playoff basketball, lighting the beam and shit, and now you back in the gutter and don't know what the hell to do. Fast forward now, Mike Brown win the NBA championship as Knicks head coach, and De'Aaron Fox basically handed that over to him with the bonehead shit and play he was doing in the finals. I mean, you can't make that sequence of shit up. Now you can't make that up.
Let me read these comments. Brian is a Spurs fan. He says it's so difficult to listen to folks' thoughts or opinions that's only watched the Spurs during the playoffs and finals. Brian, stop crying. June said he said because he's a Knicks fan.
He's a Knicks fan.
Boys June, and then he says Fox is not a bum now, y'all.
No, I'm not saying he's a bum, but what
No,
I'm saying is when you got
Just
a
had a
guy
bad
like,
series.
right.
no, he's not a bum player. But what I'm saying is, like now, you could now flip Fox. You know what I'm saying? Because you got Dylan Harper ready to go.
Right.
I mean, you can't keep Dylan Harper coming off the bench. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that I was about to say this before JB read the comments. When the series went 3-1 in favor of the Knicks, the series could have easily been 3-1 in favor of the Spurs.
Yeah.
Because remember that what was that game 2 where Wemby threw the ball off the back of Castle and he wasn't looking, and Brunson got the steal and then got fouled by Wemby and went to the free throw and knocked down the 2 free throws. Yeah. And that's what ultimately sealed the game and they ended up winning. So you got that play, and that's a game they lost the lead in, which the Spurs had a lead in and lost. Then you look at the 29-point lead they blew in Madison Square.
Right.
So you could arguably look at that and see that the series, it could have been flipped, you know, at worst 2-2.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying Fox is a bum, because he definitely ain't a bum, but you now see what Fox is when it comes to these situations. And if you are the San Antonio Spurs and you expected to be competing for NBA Finals with the team you got for the foreseeable future, you got to identify guys that ain't ready for that situation. Right. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, the Spurs choked away the series, and that's going to be the next segment that he just, you know, I was going to ask, did the Knicks win it, or did the Spurs, you know, lose it?
San Antonio lost that shit. They choked that shit. Now keep it a bean. Now keep it 100. And let me answer the first comment that Josh read. Dog, I've been watching basketball since I was 5 years old. So all that talk about people that watching during the playoffs, we've been watching basketball for a long time. So yeah, here with that BS.
I mean, how would people assess Fox's finals performance?
To me, he's not ready.
Would you upgrade another position if that meant trading away Fox, looking at the team that you got? That's what I'm saying.
I would definitely trade Fox
and upgrade it and get upgrade at another position.
Yeah, most definitely. But in San Antonio, just don't take any old body.
No, they don't. You got to fit what they do and fit in their organization.
You got to fit what they do. They don't build around you. You got to fit what they like for you to do.
Right.
If you don't do what they like for you to do, they betray you in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Now I see people people mentioning about, you know, the head coach. Should he be on the hot seat? I don't think the head coach should be on the hot seat at all.
No.
You know, San Antonio, not at all.
But if I'm Pop, I will tell him, hey, come sit by me. I will bring Tim Duncan and David Robertson in there too.
Well, they there. I don't know what they do, but they just maybe they around the team. I'm not sure if they got an actual title or what they do, but they're around the team, especially Tim Duncan. You know,
but shout out to the New York Knicks. They deserve that shit.
They were just inexperienced, and it showed.
It showed.
You know what I'm saying?
To me, the playoffs like chess. It's chess. Playoff, basketball and football, it's chess. We're going to take away what you do best and try to make you do something else.
Yeah.
It's chess.
But
Mike Brown been around the NBA for a long time. Mike Brown, like, oh, I smell blood. This a rookie over here. Mike Brown, like, shit, this a rookie I going against. I'm finna play chess. I'm not playing checkers no more. And you see what happened?
Yeah.
They lost the game. Mike Brown did not have to do nothing. What he had to do?
The Spurs led 72% of the finals. Not 72% of one game or game
right.
2 again. They led 72% of the NBA finals. Period.
Right. But Mike Brown was like, okay, y'all do that, okay. But y'all finna fuck up. Why? Because y'all don't got the experience that I have and that my team have. We gonna let y'all fuck up, and we gonna get the benefits off of y'all fucking up.
Yeah. They need a vet on their team. They need a dog vet on their team. You know, they need somebody like Bobby Portis to come in there. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that done already been in the finals, done played in the playoffs, you know, multiple times. And somebody that don't mind swinging on somebody if you know, or getting in somebody's face. I ain't gonna say swinging because the NBA ain't like that no more. But they don't mind getting in somebody's face, getting a little push and shove and getting that going. They need somebody like that, not just to be on the bench like Udonis Haslem was with the Heat, but somebody who can actually get in the game and fit in with this what they got going on in San Antonio and still bring what he brings to the team.
But I think the NBA is like that though. Wemby did everything he wanted to, cheating wise, and then he gets suspended.
Nah. I mean the NBA, it ain't like it was back in the early 2000s. You know what I mean?
It getting close enough.
I don't see no more. I don't even see when old boy punched Kobe from the Knicks. I don't even think it's not even that no more. I'm not even gonna go as far as the Ron Artest, the Malice in the Palace. I ain't going that far. It definitely ain't that.
Right, and not that, but it creep into it.
It ain't even when Rondo hit Chris Paul. Remember when Rondo and when Chris Paul was with Houston?
Oh yeah,
it's not even there. You know what I'm saying? You got players that are getting each other's face, but they ain't gonna really squabble like that. They'll do a little grabbing of the jersey, and then they act like they want to fight. They act like they want to square up until the teammates come out there and hold them back. It ain't gonna really get like it was. No, and they ain't really. It'd be plenty of opportunities for players to do, and they don't. But they need a vet that can still come in and play, but still be a dog, because they don't really have. When I say a dog, I'm talking about like an enforcer.
Right. They don't got one.
They don't have one. That's one thing I think they need to add this offseason.
When the last time San Antonio had an enforcer?
Shit, I don't know, bro.
Dennis Rodman.
Damn, been that long? I'm trying to think, but now that you said that,
Malik, what his last?
Bruce Broadway, he was just a good defensive player. He wasn't.
Yeah, he did defense.
But he was a good defensive player. I don't know when the last time they had somebody like that, but I think that's what they need to add.
All season.
Yeah,
they need somebody like that bad.
Yeah, they young. They need to add a veteran presence on their team. Not just somebody to be on the bench, but somebody that actually can still play. Like I'm saying, Bobby Portis.
Right.
Because I think once Milwaukee trade Giannis, there really won't be no need for Bobby Portis in Milwaukee.
I think Milwaukee is going to trade everybody on that team.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I think they're going to clean house and start over.
Yeah, but damn, bro, I'm still thinking when you said San Antonio ain't went to play, I'm like, damn, bro.
Because New York Knicks showed everybody how to beat San Antonio.
I know, but I'm saying that's in the playoffs. The regular season ain't no series. The regular season is just you playing different teams every other night. I think San Antonio's still gonna be a top 3 team.
And San Antonio got that bullseye on their back now.
But it's not a lot of teams that's gonna beat San Antonio in the regular season. I'm not saying San Antonio's about to go go 72-10. You know what I'm saying? Or 73-9. I ain't gonna do what the Golden State did, but I think they still gonna be a top 3-4 team in the West at worst.
I think it would take a dip for them this year coming up, and they go back next year
because you talking about a dip from the finals.
Oh yeah.
Now I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't make it back to the finals, but I can see them being, one of them teams back in the finals, even though it's hard to kind of go back to back with the way the NBA is set up now with the new CBA and the rules and the cap in the first and second aprons and all that, and but the way the San Antonio Spurs is set up, they got young players, they got options when you got a player like De'Aaron Fox, who they probably not gonna trade, even though we sitting here talking about it.
Right.
Despite how he played in the finals, they probably ain't gonna move him, but they got options to get better with Wemby, Fox. Yeah. I mean, with Wemby, Castle, and Dylan Harper all on rookie deals.
Me personally, I look at the 4 teams that they go get Giannis. Is those 4 teams, one of those 4 teams, go get Giannis. San Antonio though got, but then they don't got nothing. They in trouble. You got OKC, Houston, Minnesota, and the Lakers. 4 teams. If they get Giannis, San Antonio though got a chance. I put that on the Bible.
What 4 teams again?
OKC.
Okay.
The Lakers, Minnesota, and Houston. 4 teams. If they get Giannis, San Antonio in trouble.
Okay, hold that thought because I read something earlier today, but I'm gonna come back to that. But right now, do you think the Knicks got enough to can come out and get back to the finals next year, or at least the Eastern Conference Finals?
I think that they get to the East. I really think that they got the more experience.
Running the same team back?
Yeah. They got experience. You don't want to just break up that championship team like that. If you break that up, then it's been how long since the Knicks been in the finals? I mean, one championship.
Oh, one has been 53 years.
Yeah, it's gonna be if they break up that team, it's gonna be another 50-something years.
Well, at some point, they're not gonna be able to keep everybody because Jalen Brunson's gonna have to get extended. Cat gonna have to get extended. OG Anunoby gonna have to get extended. You're looking at a guy like Josh Hart.
Right.
If they want to keep him, Mikal Bridges.
I will extend my core.
So what 2 players will you extend?
I will extend.
I'm not sure when they do for a contract, but they should be coming up.
Cat,
I know Brunson
and Brunson.
Cat, Brunson, them the 2. Okay, so what do you do with OG? What do you do with Mikal Bridges? Because remember, you gave up 5 first-round picks to get Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, well, you don't got no choice but to extend him, or you define sucker.
Let me see. When is Jalen Brunson due for an extension? Hold on, let me find out. When is Jalen Brunson due for an extension? But go ahead. I was looking.
If you could get something that you paid 5 first rounds draft picks to get Bridges, right? That his name?
It said 2028. That's when Brunson will reach,
well,
he'll be eligible for his next massive contract extension in 2028.
I will be talking to his agent right now.
Trying to get him for
trying to
he already took a $113 million pay cut, so he ain't looking to take another $100 million.
No, I'm not saying no. Don't pay him right now. Don't wait till his contract run out. When you wait till his contract run out, he's gonna be asking for more money. in my opinion. He's gonna be like, shit, my contract ran out with y'all. Shit, if y'all want me to stay, you gotta pay me whoop. And I just bought this team championship.
Carl Anthony is eligible this offseason. 4 years, $272 million. That's what he eligible for this offseason. He only has one guaranteed year left on his deal. 57.1 million.
You better pay him. You better pay them. But that's just me though. I would pay them.
Then he got a player option for 61 million, at the end of next season.
I just would pay them. I would be talking to their agents right now.
Yeah, so he's eligible. Then you got OG Anunoby, who you could have arguably said who played like a finals MVP.
Right.
That's the kind of ball OG Anunoby was playing in the finals.
If you let him go, it's gonna be ugly for you. What he did and the stats.
So OG run out he won't be eligible to 2028. So his contract runs through 2028.
What he did, the stats, you don't see that on paper. What he brought to that team. That be anybody. He got experience in big games. He played for Toronto against the Warriors, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So he got experience. He been there already. You cannot hardly find that in the NBA.
So between the two teams, which one can you see possibly being back in the finals next year, the Spurs or the Knicks?
I could see the New York Knicks
being back there before you see the Spurs getting back there out the West.
Yeah. Experience go a long way.
But now the San Antonio Spurs have been through that situation. I just think they, now if you get to the finals, you get to the finals. But what I'm saying is the Spurs got to the finals a lot quicker than what the Knicks did. You gradually seen the Knicks make the playoffs, get knocked out, and gradually get deeper into the playoffs every year until they got to the finals this year and won it.
Right.
But it seemed like the Spurs went from just rebuilding the team a couple years ago to boom, being in the finals this year. So they didn't really have a chance to go through certain process and growing experience like the Knicks did with the type of players the Knicks got. Not taking shots at the Spurs, but you can see the players that the Knicks have. And each year they made the playoffs and, they added to the team and made a deeper run and had a coaching change. And now they, got to the finals this year and won it. But it just seems like the Knicks went from just having young players and rebuilding this team and having high draft picks a couple years ago to boom, they're in the finals now. So they haven't really went through that. They haven't really went through that grit and grind like the Knicks have, over a period of time like the Knicks. That's what I'm saying about San Antonio. So now that they done went through that and got to the finals, and you see how they lost the finals, they did at least have a lead in every game in the double-digit lead. They just blew it. They choked.
But again, in the West, it's harder to get to the finals than in the East. You gotta look at all the teams. Minnesota going to get better. OKC going to get better.
Houston supposedly should get better.
Right. You got those 4 teams right there by themselves.
Now the Lakers, I don't know what they're gonna do with Austin Reeves. I don't know if they're gonna bring Bron back. You don't know what Golden State's gonna do, which I think Golden State, in my opinion, is my bad, Jay. I ain't talking about you, but I think Golden State is cooked.
Right. So you got all these teams in the West. I think they're finna whoop San Antonio ass.
Then you got a young up and coming Portland team.
Right. And we just seen what they did.
Portland, even though they got bounced in the first round by San Antonio, but still you can gradually see them getting better throughout the season to the point where they make the playoffs.
Again, I don't think I think San Antonio got lucky again because the big mans, if you look at if Rudy Gobert have an offense or bad like Wemby do, I think it would be a different story for Wemby.
To Rudy Gobert?
Yeah. If Cat would have showed the fuck up, I don't think San Antonio would be there.
Yeah, well, Rudy Gobert ain't gonna get that. Right. It's over for that. But now I heard they looking at Ja Morant. They I heard Minnesota is looking at either Ja Morant or Kyrie.
Right. And that's the rumor. If they get one of them,
that's the rumor. Now I don't know who the head coach in Dallas is because Masai Ujiri, he running the show over there now. They done fired Jason Kidd. And Jason Kidd has been to the NBA Finals with the Dallas Mavs. But Masai Ujiri said, "The hell with that shit, man. I run the show, and this is what y'all pay me to do. Get the hell out the way." Jason Kidd, here's your walking papers. Goodbye, good luck, good riddance. We building this thing around Cooper Flag.
Hey, that's all good and stuff, but you need a head coach that got experience, that been deep in the playoffs.
You talking about for Dallas?
For Dallas,
Dallas is rebuilding, so they're gonna bring. I don't know who the coach. I don't even know if they hired anybody yet or not. But I know Jason Kidd is out. I haven't heard about them hiring nobody yet. But I'm pretty sure that the guy Masai Ujiri gonna hire is gonna fit the timeline and the build of the team in the direction that he's trying to build and take this team with Cooper Flag being the franchise guy now. So if they can get what they need to get back for a guy like Kyrie, trade him, then they'll do that. You know what I'm saying? But, and then you still got a couple veteran pieces over there in Daniel Gafford, who could be another big man that a contender could use. The same way that he was used in Dallas to help them get to the finals when they traded for him and PJ Washington. Those are two guys that are veteran that a playoff team could use.
I think this summer it's gonna be a lot of people getting traded in the NBA. A lot of people.
Yeah, I could see Daniel Gafford get moved. For a team that need a big man. And he necessarily don't have to be a starter. You could use Daniel Gafford in like an Andre Drummond type as a backup with capabilities of being a starter if somebody go down.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really need a really big man for some teams, and other teams you do. What I mean by that, Atlanta Hawks, you need a big man. You need two.
Two. Yeah, you took the word right. You two.
You need two.
And we've been needing this ever since the Eastern Conference Finals.
Right. You need two.
And that was in 2021. So we saying the same shit 5 years later on.
Right.
Been saying it every year for the past 5 years, and they still ain't addressed it.
Right. So you got Cleveland. I heard that fan. They're at the point they're finna trade everybody.
Damn.
They getting tired of everybody. James Harden as Spider-Man, Spider-Monkey, whatever the fuck his name is.
Spider-Mitch.
Yeah. They're finna trade his dumb ass to Detroit. You better be doing something. Detroit, I believe Detroit right there on the cuffs. They're right there.
Yeah.
You either go out and get a playmaker, you might be working with fisheries.
What do the Dallas Mavs pick? I'm just trying to see because they not going to be. The Dallas Mavs not going to be in contention. Not in the West. Not this year.
No, they got like maybe. I would say
they got the 9th pick. They pick after the Hawks. They got the 9th pick. So could they be one of the teams that possibly trade up in the draft to get one of them point guards?
They could, but the problem is what kind of point guard you want? You want somebody that give you buckets, or do you want somebody that spread the ball around, then give you buckets?
You kind of want a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying? Because you got Cooper Flag there that they play point forward.
Right.
You know, but at certain times, you don't want him playing point forward because, I mean, it's working now. But once you get yourself in a situation where you make it playing playoff basketball, you may not necessarily want him playing that point forward position that much. But you want somebody that can get him the ball in certain spots,
right,
where he can make the play. You know,
I mean, a lot of good point guards in the draft.
So I'm not sure. I don't know what they draft capital looking like in the future, but I don't. You really can't say who gonna fall in this draft until the draft get here. But I know who ain't falling is AJ DeBanster and Darren Peterson and them. Them gonna be your top guys. Caleb Wilson's and your Cam. Them gonna be your top. I think them gonna be your top 4 picks. Them 4 guys right there. AJ DeBanster's going 1 to Washington, and then Darren Peterson probably be 2, and then 3 and 4 between Caleb Wilson and Cam Boozer.
Right. I heard otherwise today.
What you heard?
The Hawks thinking about trading up.
To get who?
Who you just named? AJ
DeBanster? They gonna trade up to the number. You think the Wizards are gonna allow the Hawks to trade up to number 1?
Hey, if we can find something, why not?
Like, what do you think the Wizards are gonna get what do you think the Hawks are gonna get a Wizards to move up to get number 1?
I mean, that's just what I heard today. To me,
I don't think the Hawks are gonna move up from 8 to 1. They're not gonna give up all that to get AJ DeBanster.
I don't really think the Hawks right there on the cuffs, in my opinion.
What you mean on the cuffs? You think the Hawks are 1 player away from getting to the NBA Finals or being back in the Eastern Conference Finals?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
I don't see it. I know they had a good season in the second half of the season, but I just don't see them being 1 player away, especially a rookie player away.
This why I say this. We got beat by 50, right?
By the Knicks, yeah.
What do the Knicks have and we do not have?
Well, they got a big man.
Bingo. And what else?
They got 2. Actually, they got 2 bigs, Mitch and
right. So
we don't have a point guard.
Right. In my opinion, you define point guard anyway. In my opinion. Maybe he'll been in the league for 10 years, 15 years, or whatever. You define point guard. But it's hard to find a big man.
What kind of but I'm saying what kind of point guard? Okay, let's just say, okay, I'm going off what you said about the Hawks moving up, what you heard. That if they move up to 1, which I don't think they're doing, I can't see it happening from 8 to 1. I don't. That's just me. I don't see it happening.
Right.
But if they do that, what else are they gonna have? What other move are they gonna have to make with giving up the assets they're gonna have to give up to move from 8 to 1 to get a point guard?
This what I heard. This the rumor.
I think it's a bluff. I think they just saying
it might be a bluff.
You know,
it might be. The way I just said a rumor. To me, in my opinion, I would go get Jaylen Brown.
If you're the Hawks, and I'm glad you said that because it was a rumor floating around about a 3-team deal between the Bucks, the Celtics, and the Hawks.
Right.
And the Hawks will be helping the Celtics get Giannis by getting Jaylen Brown off of their hand to make room for Giannis.
Right.
That was that. Now that's the room I've been hearing for the past.
That's what I've been hearing too. That's what. And you need go get 2 big mans. To me, you go get the backup big man on the New York Knicks. He bring defense. He more known for defense. And you draft the dude for Michigan.
So who are you? But if you make the move for Jaylen Brown, for one, you're not going to have the 8th pick because that's going to have to be included in the deal.
Bye.
Yeah. So now you eliminate drafting a big man with the 8th pick, the guy out of Michigan. What's his name? Adamar. So that he's gonna Adamar. He's gonna be off the table draft with the 8th pick because you ain't gonna have that.
Right.
2, in my opinion, I don't think the Hawks are gonna do it. I think it's just bullshit that the Hawks putting out there. You know what I mean, Ron? We always hear about the Hawks gonna do this and do that, and when push come to shove, they don't do a goddamn thing.
But we never had a GM like we got now either. That do shit. He got rid of Trae Young. He sent him to Washington.
But to me, getting rid of Trae Young was just a money thing. I think they only got rid of Trae Young because they didn't want to pay him. Now, if Trae Young wasn't coming up on money, they wouldn't have moved him, in my opinion. That's just what I think. Because you know how the Hawks is. They cheap as hell when it comes to paying certain people, but then overpay the wrong person or the wrong player that they should have paid the other player money, but they was cheap as hell. But for 2, I just don't see them making a blockbuster move like Jaylen Brown. That's just not what the Hawks do. They don't make blockbuster moves for those type of players. And once you trade for Jaylen Brown, it's 2 things got to happen. You're gonna have to extend him at some point because he got a big ass contract now. And then when he comes eligible for an extension, you're gonna have to extend him because it don't make sense to trade for Jaylen Brown to not extend him based looking at what you want to give up to get him. And 2, if you are the Hawks and you trade for Jaylen Brown, you have to know that you have to be that one player away from getting to the finals either this upcoming season or next season at the latest. You can't trade for Jaylen Brown and say we in a 3 to 4 year rebuild based around Jaylen Brown. You trade for Jaylen Brown, your ass got to be knocking on the door to get to the finals this year or next year.
I think we knock on the door
to get to the finals.
To get to the final, to kick that bitch in.
So when you trade for Jaylen Brown, who you giving up? Because now remember, Jaylen Brown is an all-NBA player.
All right.
So you're going to have to give up a lot of shit to get Jaylen Brown, unless the Celtics just saying we just basically need you as the 3rd team to take Jaylen Brown off our hand so we can get Giannis. But then if that's the case, there are other teams out there that could probably give Boston a better offer. Like you look at Houston, they could give Boston a better offer.
But what if he said he don't want to go nowhere else? He just want to come back home.
Okay, well now that changes things.
What if
you still have to come close to matching up some salary because Jaylen Brown is what $60 million a year?
Something like that. What if he come out tomorrow and say, you know what, I want to go back home, play in front of my family.
Now, if that's the case, then the Hawks would probably be included in that from Boston's standpoint. Right. But would the Hawks really look at Jaylen Brown and take on his contract? Jaylen Brown right now is making this year he made $57 million this year.
Right.
I mean he made $53 million this year. He made
I don't know.
This past season he made 53. This upcoming season he's at 57. Next year 61, and the year after that is 64.9. So at some point you're gonna have to extend him before he becomes an unrestricted free agent.
Right. I'll put it to you like this:
salary cap is going up, but
how serious is our front office thinking about getting to the finals next year? I would say it like that. If you that serious, thinking about getting to the finals and winning the son bitch, then pull the trigger.
Okay, well, let me throw this out there at you. Since you said, what if Jaylen Brown said he want to come home and play in Atlanta because he is from Atlanta? So what, you threw that nugget out there. Let me throw this nugget out there. What if Giannis say, I'm not interested in going to Boston? I would much rather go to Miami. Then what Atlanta do? Atlanta be asked out. because the main piece is Giannis, is Boston trying to get Giannis. That's the only way Jaylen Brown will be moved is if Boston could get Giannis. But if Giannis say I'd rather go play Miami, then what the hell do Atlanta do?
You're right. Then we got to do the draft.
Because that's the rumor that I heard. I heard Giannis is interested more in Miami than Boston. Now, Boston is a team that he would play for, but he's more interested in Miami than Boston. Not saying he wouldn't play for Boston, but he's more interested in Miami.
Also, I heard he want to go to New York, play for the Knicks.
I think they just, man, I don't know.
I just going by what I heard.
Now, I mean, the Knicks won the finals, so I can't really say what I want to say because the Knicks did win the finals.
Right.
But the Knicks gave up 5 first-rounders for Mikal Bridges, and they gambled, and it paid off. Right. And, you know, he wasn't the reason they won the finals, but shit, you know what I'm saying? They won it, giving up 5 first-rounders for him. So how much you think they would have to give up to get Giannis?
They would have to give up a lot, a whole lot. Me, I would not break up that team.
What is it about Miami though? Because you know a lot of players say that. I'm talking about outside of not it just being Miami and South Beach in the city, but in being where it's at. But what about the Miami Heat makes a lot of players want to go there? Because remember Dame Lillard wanted to go, and he ended up ultimately getting traded to Milwaukee.
Right, Miami is different. What I mean by different is you go watch all the players. They're like Pat Riley make you work out. They're like Pat Riley make you work.
Right, but I'm saying as an NBA professional, why wouldn't you want to do that anyway?
I mean, I just saying, you know how some players don't like to work out. They just want to just be in the NBA, but don't want to put the work in. When you go to Miami, it's a different ball game. It's different. And you either ask Dwayne Wade, you either ask LeBron, you either ask all the older players, you either put on Dwayne Wade, what that white dude name had them win the championship.
When? What year you talking about?
The last one, when the big three were there. Miller, the one that shoot all those threes.
Hold on 1 second. Oh shit, white guy.
Mm-hmm. He was
there when?
He was there when the big three. The Wade,
LeBron.
Who?
You talking about when Wade and Bosh was down there with LeBron?
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about Mike Miller?
Yeah, Mike Miller. He said it. He said, Pat Riley make them work. Make them work their ass off. He said, don't nobody want to go down there. They're not ready for that. You're not built for that shit. This was the way Wade said, Mike Miller said, that said when you come to Miami, it's different. That said Pat Riley make you work your ass off.
But they said Miami didn't already put an offer on the table for Milwaukee. Now the initial offer, Milwaukee declined, but they said the Miami Heat done put another offer on the table. And you know, I'm not sure if there's any truth to this, but Tyler Hero brother leaked some information online, you know, pretty much saying that Tyler Hero about to be a Milwaukee Buck. So I'm not sure if that's if there's any truth to that, or that's just, you know, some online shit that he putting out there, you know.
Right. We gonna see by the draft, NBA draft. I mean, we will see. They plan for a lot of this shit go down by NBA draft.
Yeah. But I'm just ready for Giannis to be traded somewhere so we can stop all these rumors and speculation. I mean, go ahead and trade the man for God. If you're gonna do it, goddamn it, do it. and all this is rumors and shit they got going on about this and about that. I'm like, bro, what? I mean, if you gonna trade him, trade him. If not, not. So
big.
Yeah. So how would that shake up the Eastern Conference? If he goes to Miami or if he goes to Boston, what do you think Boston is next year? Do you think that's the Eastern Conference final team?
They're gonna be a top team, top 1, top 2. New York Knicks, number 1. Boston, you got to put them 2. I just talk about the expense wise.
Yeah,
you got to put Boston number 2. Then you got to put the Hawks 3. Washington, Detroit 4. Orlando maybe 5.
So the trade package that the Miami Heat have put on the table is Tyler Hero, Jacquez Jr., Khalil Ware, and then you got Nikola Jovic, and it's gonna be 2 or 3 first round picks, including the number 13 pick in this upcoming draft.
Miami, you don't want Miami getting that thing. I'll tell you.
Because the point guard down there was what's his name? Came from the Kings. Shit. Oh, the point guard in Miami now. Damn it, he came from the Kings. He played with Toronto too. Hell, he from down here. He from Georgia. The hell his name is? You gonna make me look his name up? But that would be the point guard. Then you got, of course, Bam.
Yeah.
Then you add Giannis to the mix. Is Norman Powell still there?
No, he with some. He might be there. He might
still be there.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, Norman Powell, he's still there.
If Pat Riley
and Andrew Wiggins. So you probably got to move Wiggins, which they didn't have Wiggins' name mentioned.
Right.
But
if Pat Riley get that team up float, it's gonna be a problem. Now I don't know if they're true or not, but it's breaking news. Miami Heat are trading 3-time All-Star center Bam Adebayo to OKC Thunder. What the hell?
I said, what? What you looking at?
It just came up. Josh.
On what?
I don't know how true this is, but this cannot be true.
No, what source you reading from? Because I don't see it nowhere.
Well, you see that it says right here on my page.
Well, you had on Bleacher?
No. IEAD.
That's probably fake news.
I'm like, what the? Yeah, I know you is trolling. Talk about he trolling.
Well, the Bulls just hired Thiago Splitter to be their coach. So, but what the hell was I saying? Oh, it's talking about Giannis in the East. But that was the package that Miami offered, and the one Boston offering is gonna be. I heard the Hawks is gonna be the 3rd team involved, but then I heard earlier today that the newest team to get in the Jaylen Brown sweeps, trade rumors would be the LA Clippers.
If I'm Jaylen Brown, I would not want to go to no Clippers. I'm sorry, dog. I would not want to go over there.
It's time for them to go ahead and move Kawhi.
It's been time for that to move Kawhi. Kawhi a good player when he healthy, but when he healthy though.
Yeah. So, speaking of a team like the Hawks that supposedly be in the 3-team trade with Milwaukee and Boston, if that's the route that they choose to go trade Giannis to Boston, rather than Miami, which Giannis then allegedly said that he prefers Miami.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, what the hell they just extended Quinn Snyder, right? Dyson Daniels there. They don't have a point guard. They still talking about CJ McCollum. Nakia Alexander Walker should probably still be coming off the bench as a 6-man, because I think he's a better fit in that role. And you still need a big man, and you got the 8th pick. So do you continue to build on what you did last year? Even though you got the hell beat out you in the first round, you got 2 games in against the Knicks, but the rest of them you got the hell beat out you. So do you continue to build on that, or do you try to put your chips all in and go and get a Jaylen Brown?
It depends how serious you is about winning.
What's happening, bro? What's happening?
It's all about winning. If you that serious about winning, put your chips in, roll the dice. If you're not that serious about winning, then
so let's just say the Hawks do get Jaylen Brown. We just say what if. See what at which one are you talking about? Talking about the 3-team trade with the Celtics, Bucks, and Hawks.
No, he talking about he was trolling Josh. The one dude trolling.
Nah, this is the other dude. I don't know. This some dude was trolling. I don't know who that is.
Oh, he said I'm trolling. I wish. Oh.
No, Winston said, where y'all see that at? He said, nah, man.
He just said Winston he was trolling the dude in the comments.
Oh, yeah, he trolling.
Oh, you talking about the dude in the comments?
Winston, you need to send Winston the link so he.
He's talking about this.
Yeah, that
he
right there.
Miami or
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I'm telling you, if Giannis goes to Miami, it's gonna be hell on. It's gonna be hell on wheels for the East. I'm trying to tell you.
So Giannis and Bam, what do you put them in the East? Is that an Eastern Conference Final team?
You got to put them up there. Is that what happened? You might well say
Davion Mitchell. That's the point guard I was talking about. That's playing Miami. He started in Sacramento, then played in Toronto, and now he's in Miami. He's from down here too.
Is that what happened? You might well say it's gonna be Miami and New York Knicks in the East Conference. Is that what happened? Like I said, you to get shooters. Pat Riley know how to find shooters. He be like, yeah, I got you a 2-year deal down here for $10 million. You don't get this ring?
So you think Bam and Giannis is gonna be enough to get to the Eastern Conference Finals?
Close enough.
Looking at the way the Knicks just won the finals, and if they run that same team back, then you look at what Detroit is gonna add. Because I'm pretty sure Detroit gonna add to that team. They're gonna add another scorer to that team. Yeah. Looking at what they did without having the 3-point shooting that they didn't have, in the secondary score that they didn't have. Now Tobias Harris is cool, but he's not a second option. He's more like a third. He's a third.
Right. I mean, in the Miami get shooters and playmakers around them. Now I could see Miami and New York Knicks be up there.
What is Orlando gonna do now that Jamal Mosley been fired as the head coach? He's now in New Orleans.
That the problem.
The coach.
Who's the new coach they got?
I don't know who they hired, but I know the New Orleans Pelicans hired Jamal Mosley.
So they gotta look at it. Do the new coach want to get his players, or will he stick with the players on the team?
Oh, they did hire a coach. Damn, they hired one of the assistants from the Spurs. I forgot they did hire him, one of the assistant coaches from the San Antonio Spurs.
Right.
took the Orlando Magic job after Jamal Mosley got fired, and the New Orleans Pelicans hired Jamal Mosley.
So now you got to see how he feel about the team. Do he want to bring in his guys, or will he happy with what they doing now? We gotta think about that.
Now they are, they gonna stick with Desmond Bane. They gave up 4 first rounders for Desmond Bane.
Of course, he's not going nowhere.
He's not going nowhere. Then you look at Banchero. He's not going nowhere because that was one of the reasons why allegedly him and Jamal Mosley was the ones they couldn't get along. So they chose Banchero
again
over the coach. Even though they did what they did in the playoffs.
It's hard to find a good head coach in the NBA.
So you got Jalen Suggs, Anthony Black, Jonathan Isaac. I think they waived him. Then you still got Wendell Carter. Mm-hmm. So they still got some solid pieces down there with the new head coach that came over from San Antonio. So they can plug in a couple more pieces right there, and they could be They could be in the mix.
But again, do he want to bring in his guys and be like, let's scrap all this?
I don't think he's gonna go in and scrap all that. I think he's gonna go in with what they got and just add to that. Okay. But the players that they add to that is gonna have to be players that fit what he like to do, but also fits in with what they already got.
Right.
So Orlando could be a team
to be a problem.
It could possibly be. You know what I'm saying? Coming from San Antonio, coaching tree. What about the Charlotte Hornets? What do you think the Charlotte Hornets be looking at the team they had this year? You think they take the next step with Charles Lee as the coach?
That came from Boston. I could see that.
Because rumor is that they trying to get Sabonis from the Kings. They trying to offer Miles Bridges and a deal to get Sabonis.
If they get Sabonis,
that's the rumor.
If I Sabonis, I'll be like, help me, please give me away from here. Away from here.
But if I'm Miles Bridges, I'm like, God damn it, I don't want to go. Shit. Yeah. I understand you trying to get somebody from Sacramento, but God damn it, I don't want to be the one to go.
Or they buy him out.
I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do, but the rumor is that they trying to
trade him and the team that buy him out.
They trying to get Sabonis, and Miles Bridges is in the trade in the trade package for the Hornets to get Sabonis.
That'd be ugly.
That's the rumor. You got a lot of up and coming team like the Sixers. You think the Sixers are only gonna add and get better? To me, they done fired, goddammit, what the hell is his name? Daryl Moore. They done got his ass up out of there. Elton Brand, I think he gone. Jamil Nelson is now in the front office.
But you gotta look at it. Who will take over that big man contract?
To my Embiid, I don't know.
Yeah, that Embiid.
You got to look at a team that ain't looking to do shit this year. They got a lot of cap space. You look at a team like the Chicago Bulls, they ain't looking to do shit this year. To tell the truth, they not looking to do a goddamn thing this upcoming year. The Chicago Bulls. And they got a lot of cap space.
Hey, they might put Embiid ass out
So
there.
Maybe if you could give them, because you probably in the negatives with Embiid right now.
Yeah.
So you gonna have to you might have to give a draft pick away, just attach a draft pick to him to move him.
Yeah.
So you're looking at a team like Chicago who rebuilding, who probably ain't about to do shit this year, and they could probably take on a contract because they got the cap space to do it, and throw them an additional draft pick, which they need to rebuild with anyway. And they just, like I said, they just hired Tiago Split is the head coach. So
and the only problem with Embiid, again, he cannot stay healthy. This man is a known mummy. How long Embiid been in the NBA? 8 years now?
Yeah. Probably longer than that, yeah. Around that.
almost every year he been injured. That Embiid problem, been injured.
Man, hold on. Embiid, shit. He been in the league 12 years. He been in the league since 2014.
Okay, so almost every other year he been injured. And you a good bit man, but you been injured so much I cannot depend on you.
Him and Andrew Wiggins was in the same draft. Andrew Wiggins was the first pick. Embiid was the third pick.
Right. I cannot depend on you. I cannot put my savings on you. If you injured every other year. So till they get rid of him, they're gonna be where they at now. I hate to say that because I like their backcourt. I like what they got going on their backcourt, but they gotta do something with Embiid.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the hell they gonna do with Embiid, but I'm just assuming they gonna try to get better. You know, they got two untouchables there with VJ Edgecombe and then Tyrese Maxey, of course, them
right.
two untouchables. So they got a good base to move forward off of.
Right.
Now, and they did knock out Boston.
Yeah, but really Boston knocked their own self out. Let's be honest. Boston was injured. Jason Tatum, he was injured.
I mean, he played. I mean,
really?
He played. He came back before the playoffs. He came back during the regular season, at the end of the regular season.
Yeah, but how much did he play?
He played. Like, he started the game.
Yeah. Did he play the whole game?
Yes, he played. Like, Jason Tatum came back before the end of the regular season and played. Like, he did. He didn't play the whole, obviously he didn't play the whole season, but he came back before the end of the regular season and played.
I mean,
the first couple games he played, he was on minute restriction, I think. And then and then he eventually, you know, started getting back to his minutes.
So it like, when we gonna see the Embiid that will take over?
You're not gonna see that no more. Embiid is done, man. He's his injuries is too
right up and down
with injuries for him to see that. You know what I mean? When Embiid looked like a dominant force, he looked like that for a few games, then boom, he got to miss a few games because of something. And then he come back out there and then boom, he got to miss some more games for something. Right. Then he come out there and look good, and then boom, he have a subpar game, and then he slow the offense down and all this, and then he come out there and 35 points, 15 rebounds, 3 blocks, and then boom, he all of a sudden he got to sit out because he got a sore heel, the damn heel. So the back of the lower back sore. Yeah, I mean, it's something different. It's never the same thing. It's something different.
It's never the same. That's my point right there.
It's never the same thing. So we could at least, if it's the same injury, we can at least say, okay, he got this problem. Right. But when is every damn thing else going on, you don't know what to pinpoint the problem is because he got so much shit going on with him.
So it's like you paying the man to sit at home. Philly paying Embiid to sit at home.
Let me ask you this now. This is a non-playoff team. Do you think the Washington Wizards can be at least a play-in team this season? They added Trae Young. They added AD. They got the number 1 overall pick. They got Alex Saw there. They got other young solid pieces.
Will AD stay healthy? Again, he just like Embiid.
What do you think you can get for AD?
You will not get no first round draft pick for AD. I'll tell you that. You will not get no first round draft pick for AD.
So if they do draft AJ DeBanster with the first pick, are they a play-in team?
I could see that being a play-in team.
Are they at least a play-in team?
Yeah. If everybody stay healthy on that team, yeah.
Damn, boy, they could be.
That,
I mean, look, they gonna be young, but they gonna be, they gonna be solid, bro. If right. Like you said, if is a big if. If
they just stay healthy. You got Trey had not played. You got AD had not played. He bitching. He don't want to be there. So you don't. I look at AD like I look at what's his name, who we just were talking about, Embiid.
Yeah.
That's how I look at AD.
But AD, you can't really be too picky about trade destinations, bro. You gotta play and be healthy and show people that you still can be healthy enough to play.
Right. That's
for the past few years, well, really your career has been up and down with injuries, but especially these past few years, bro, you've been out more than you've been in, bro.
Right. So it's like you better be happy. You still got a basketball career.
You better just take where you at and just show people you still can hoop.
Right.
And be somewhat healthy.
Then
to do it.
Then they trade you. Okay, go somewhere else or retire then. You don't want to be there, retire. I look at that.
Like, where is he gonna go? Everybody, the gig is up on AD. Everybody know he can't stay healthy. He was missing some games even before he got traded to the Lakers in New Orleans. He had some injuries, there. Then of course we seen he had injuries with the Lakers, and then when he got traded to the Mavericks, wasn't it the next game that he played for the Mavs he got hurt?
Mm-hmm.
Had to miss time.
Mm-hmm. So again,
that tells you what they think about AD when they traded him from Dallas. Right. They didn't get shit for him.
We just want him.
Wasn't Chris Middleton in the deal? Mm-hmm. Chris Middleton and some other shit. They didn't really get no value for.
Right. That's like AD. We just want him down. He bitching here.
Not even that. He just can't play.
Right. You stay injured. Bye. So now, AD, you might be on your last leg. Well, my older people, auntie and uncles and grandparents used to tell me, you might be on your last option, your last leg. The NBA get younger. They get real young.
Look at what the Dallas Mavs got for trading AD. They got Chris Middleton, Marvin Bagley, AJ Johnson, Malachi Brogdon. They did get a 2026 first round pick from OKC and a 2030 first round pick, and 3 second round picks. But really, the only thing that the Mavs really wanted back out of the deal was the picks.
Right. That's all they care about.
Yeah, they don't really give, and I'm not talking bad about these other guys, but they really don't give two fucks about Marvin Bagley and some other guys. They rebuilding, so the picks is really what they wanted. The 2 first rounds in this upcoming draft, and then 2030.
What they will do with all those dudes? They will buy them out. Hey, bye,
and then the 2030 pick. Well, the 2026 pick that they got is OKC's pick. Right. So that's not even going to be a high pick. OKC pick going to be late that they got. And then the 2030 first round pick they got is top 20 protected. So they're not even going to be picking in the top 20 if that pick lands there via Golden State.
So, again, AD, you better be quiet. You better be quiet. All this whining you doing, you could be at home on your couch, not have a job. I mean, I'm just saying, you do all that whining and shit, you better be quiet.
So you think the Wizards can be a play-in team this year?
Most definitely.
if healthy with the team they got, they could be a play-in team.
A play-in team. You got a leader. Trey is a leader. Trey did get the Hawks to the East Conference.
I mean, when I think of Trey, I think I don't know why the hell so many people dislike him in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? The fans so wishy-washy in Atlanta, man. It's crazy, bro. They were just praising this man a couple years ago, and now this man is one of the worst players. And I say this, and people think I'm crazy. But tell me what you think, Ron, because I don't think I ever asked you this. But in my opinion, I think Trae Young is the biggest franchise/star player the Hawks have had since Dominique Wilkins.
Yeah.
But when I say that, so many people push back on it and think I'm crazy for saying that. They start naming a whole bunch of other motherfuckers that
again,
they start bringing, and I'm not talking bad about nobody, but they start bringing up Josh Smith. They start bringing. I think he's a bigger franchise player than when we had Joe Johnson.
Right, but again, a lot of people don't know basketball. Like a lot of people don't know football. You see those fans jump from team to team every year in football, yes or no?
Yeah, you do.
Same thing basketball.
But when I say franchise player, what I mean is a guy that the team, he's the cornerstone piece, he's the building block, he's the team, he's the guy that the team builds around. He's the guy that put the asses in the seats. He's the one, he's the focal point, he's the star player of the team. That's what I mean by a franchise guy.
Right.
Meaning that if a trade is made, it's based around Trae Young. If a player is brought in, it's based around Trae Young. If a player is signed, it's based around how does he fit with Trae Young and his team, with Trae Young being the guy. That's what I'm saying by the biggest franchise/star player the Hawks have had since Dominique Wilkins.
Right.
But people say I'm crazy for saying that. People say I think I'm crazy for saying that. I don't know how.
A lot of people don't know basketball either. Now keep it 100.
They don't.
A lot of people don't know basketball.
But I just don't understand how people shit on Trae so much after he was everybody in Atlanta was just liking him, you know, a couple years ago.
It's like at Christmas time.
But let's be clear too, Ron. Not to cut you off, but let's be clear too, Ron. What team has the Hawks actually put around Trae when he was there? He had the 1 year we went to the Eastern Conference Finals. But if you look at what Trae played his ass off that season, you know what I'm saying? Trae Young is a walking double-double. Yeah, I mean, he stepped his toe on the end line. That's 25 and 10.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But again, it go back to what I always say. We just now got a good GM that want to win.
Well, you had Travis Slink. It's just that people got in his way when he was trying to do stuff. And it kind of threw the vision he had for the team. When they made the Eastern Conference Finals, people stepped in and and messed everything up. I don't think Travis Slink wanted to go that direction after the Eastern Conference Finals because he knew that wasn't a complete team. He still wanted to add pieces, but they wanted everybody to re-sign and bring the team back when that wasn't, you know.
That's my point. I mean, you got people in your front office that don't know the game of basketball, talking about basketball, and you don't know nothing about the game of basketball. Let the man do his job.
But you know what I equate that to, Ron? I equate that to, you know how to play chess?
Yes.
I equate that to me and you playing chess, right? We going back and forth. I got the board set up in position perfectly. But when somebody else comes in and removes me from the board and think that they can just take over because of how they see I got stuff set up, and they come in and remove me from the board, and they make one move, and that one move could mess up everything that I had set in place. I think that's what happened with Travis Slink. He kind of had pieces on the board a certain way, and they removed him from the board, and they came in and said, "Okay, I think I can take over here. I see how you got this position. I can make the next move and take over from here." They pulled him from the board, where he had everything set up, and then they made one move and it messed up everything he had set up, and they just now trying to recover from that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But how the hell you not listen to a GM that came from Golden State who was out there when they put the dynasty together, and he was credited for putting a lot of that together in Golden State. So how the hell you not listen to a guy like that?
Your money, I'm over you. you gotta do what I say.
And I'm starting to kind of think that's what it is in Atlanta. It's like they're not gonna really get nobody in there that's gonna push back. They want a yes man in the front office, in my opinion.
The dude we got now, I think he would push back.
You think so?
Yeah.
Sailor?
Yeah. I think when they signed him to that new deal, he like, all right, well, we finna do it my way, right? That's why I think he told them, look, you did it your way. You got to there 1 year. Let me do it my way.
And they never put nothing else on the team around Trey. Let's be honest. All the players that people say Trey had in Atlanta, let's go through a couple of them. DeAndre Hunter is where?
Can't find him.
He got traded to Cleveland. From Cleveland, went to Sacramento. And John Collins, have we heard of him since leaving Atlanta?
Last time he was with the Nuggets.
John Collins?
The Jazz.
He went to the Jazz. He got traded from Atlanta to Utah, but now I think he's still in with the LA Clippers. But overall, we hadn't heard from him since leaving Atlanta. You look at Kevin Huerter.
John Collins in a minute.
Yeah, what I'm saying, Kevin Huerter is on his third team. He went from Atlanta to Sacramento, Sacramento, Chicago. I think he in Detroit now. Those are the players that people keep naming that they said Atlanta put around Trey Young, but you ain't heard shit from these players since leaving Atlanta.
Right.
So that tells you that Trey made them better in Atlanta, and since they left Atlanta without Trey, they haven't really been heard of. They ain't been making no noise.
But again, our front office, when you got owners that think they know basketball, they don't want to get out of the way. They want to be all in the videos, dancing. They want to be like P. Diddy. I keep it 100 or Jerry Jones. What did Jerry Jones do to fuck that shit up in Dallas?
He got in Jimmy Johnson way.
And there has not been shit since then, right? Okay. Same thing. If I'm the new GM, let me do it my way. Let me bring in the guys. Let me get us to the promised land.
But looking at the team now,
looking
at the team now in Atlanta, like what player do you think is untouchable? Jalen Johnson.
You cannot trade him.
That's what I'm saying. He's an untouchable player.
Yeah.
So how much value do you think the other players got? How much value do you think Dyson Daniel has? How much value you think Kuminga got? How much value you think that Corey Crispus, who was part of the damn Trey Young trade, how much value he got? How much value do Nickeil Alexander-Walker got? Right now, if you want to make a trade, Nickeil Alexander-Walker probably has the highest value out of any of those guys that are not untouchable.
Right. But me, and did that mean I will not trade the dude you just named, play defense.
Dyson Daniels.
I will not trade him. Now I will work with him to get his shot back together.
Back together? I don't think he ever had it, Ron. It's my back together. I ain't had it. It's Seymour with it. It's my back together.
What?
You need somebody to work with him to get it, not get it back together.
Okay, to get it. My bad.
But yeah, I ain't never seen it unless you telling me something I don't know.
To me, a basketball, we all play basketball. My thing. When you're not confident, you be like, I don't know, should I take this shot? I might not take that shot. I might just pass it to somebody else. His confidence gone. When a football player or basketball player lose their confidence, they're not going to be the same. And with our head coach, let them play their game and be around them instead of they playing our head coach game. That what the New York Knicks head coach did, Mike Brown. He let them play their game and he be around them. That's the problem with the Atlanta Hawks. Our head coach don't let them play their game.
Quinn Snyder.
Yeah. Till he get out of the way and let them play their game, we gonna be in the playoff, but we will not go nowhere. Because he won't let them play their game. I mean, we got Kuminga. Why you gonna tell the man just stand in the corner and shoot threes?
I think that's what, when people talk about Zach Ricochet being a bust, in a week, he was the number 1 overall pick in a week draft,
right.
And people saying he a bust, but a lot of people don't pay attention to Hawks basketball and watch Hawks basketball.
Right.
And when he was the number 1 pick, Atlanta was stuck between, should we rebuild or should we try to contend?
Right.
And he got drafted into a situation, and now as the number 1 overall pick, you were drafted to a bad team.
Right.
Usually that's how I go. If you get the number 1 overall pick, you get drafted to a bad team.
Right. Right.
But that particular year, he got drafted number 1 overall by the Hawks. The Hawks wasn't as bad of a team as most number 1 overall team, most teams that have the number 1 overall pick are. So he was stuck going to a franchise stuck between, should we win now, try to win now, or are we just gonna rebuild?
Right.
So he didn't really have a role. He just got put into a confusion of a situation.
He like
with the Hawks.
Right.
Because if you trying to win, Zachariah Ricochet probably wouldn't be your guy. But if you're trying to rebuild, then he would be your guy getting the minutes.
Right.
So if you're trying to win, he would not be the guy getting all the minutes.
I was on the Hawks podcast. I'm not gonna say their name because they don't need the credit.
They don't need the credit.
They don't need the credit. I said we should have got Star that year.
Alex Sarr, the center.
Yep, we needed a big man. I did not give a damn if he did not want to come to us. I still would have drafted him. Because he a big man. What we need right now, a big man. These motherfuckers, you want to tell? We all decided on this show, we wanted Star. Soon they said a Ricochet, everybody. I said,
and it's split now because you got people that want to get Jaylen Brown, but they don't want to give up nothing. Right. To get a Jaylen Brown Jaylen Brown is an all NBA player. To get an all NBA caliber player, you're gonna have to give up pieces and picks to get that.
Yeah. You
can't get Jaylen Brown and keep everybody and just give up the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to give off solid pieces and players that you don't want to come off of to get an all NBA caliber player like Jaylen Brown.
But again, with our head coach, let them play their game.
If you get Jaylen Brown, you're going to have to let him play his game. There's no such thing as trading for Jaylen Brown, giving up what you're going to have to give up to get a Jaylen Brown, and you come in talking about, I need you to do this or don't do that. No, let him come in and do whatever the hell he been doing to make him an all NBA level player. You don't change that at all.
Right. But
you don't come in and tell Jaylen Brown, well, we're not going to have you doing this and we're going to start having you doing that. No, he's an all NBA player. So reason he's an all NBA player.
Right. And
you let him do whatever the hell he was doing that got him to become an all NBA player.
Right. But once again, our head coach, that one reason why a lot of players don't want to come here, because our head coach don't let them play their game. A Ricochet, he did not even see the court in the playoffs.
That's what I don't understand. If you are developing players, why the hell is he ain't getting minutes? You can't develop sitting on the fucking bench. You only develop by getting minutes in the game playing.
Right. This man was like that, huh? You call me coach, huh?
Nah, I ain't call you. Sit back.
Right, I ain't call you. Sit back down there.
And then when he ain't paying attention because you don't call him, then you running down there trying to put him in the game.
I'm right. All right.
So make up in your mind what you're doing. If you are trying to win and you don't play young players enough to develop them, why the hell do you keep them? Why don't you just trade them young players away to bring in players to help you win if that's what you're trying to do?
Again, our GM go to him and be like, what we going to do this year? Will you play our rookies? Huh?
I don't understand why wouldn't Zach Oruchesha be available for trade if you're not playing and giving him the minutes to develop to what he needs to be when he was your number 1 overall pick? Why the hell are you hanging on him just to not give him the minutes and keep him on the bench when you could use him as a trade to get somebody in here to help you win if that's the route you're going?
Right. I'm with you. But again, if our GM go to our head coach, be like, what are you doing this year?
But you know what the issue, you know what the issue with a lot of that is, Ron? A lot of people scared to let go of certain players because of what they think they're going to become after the fact. People scared to get off of Ricochet because they scared he's going to become something after he leave the Hawks. And the Hawks are going to look dumb for getting rid of him. But you can't get mad at nobody but management because they didn't play the dude.
Right.
That's coaching, that's management in front office. You have to play the guy so the guy can get better.
Right. Again.
But if you don't play him and you trade him and he goes somewhere else and balls out, you can't get mad at what he didn't do in Atlanta, not giving the same opportunity the way he got traded to.
Right.
You just can't.
It's sad because do I like our head coach? No.
Damn, it's outright no.
Because he never done nothing. Had he got to the West Conference Finals? Had he done anything besides getting to the playoffs? What you bring in, if me and you own us, and we got somebody trying to get a job with us, the first thing I'm going to ask him, what you bring into the table? What kind of experience you got in the playoffs? How far you went to the playoffs?
But to piggyback off that, or to add to that, let me say this. The Hawks, they really was upside down by the nuts. And I'm going to tell you why, because they had to re-sign Quinn Snyder. Because if they didn't re-sign Quinn Snyder, it would make the organization look bad by firing another coach again and hiring one. Because now Trae Young is gone. Trae Young has been traded to the Washington Wizards. Trae Young, it's been rumored that he was the reason Nate McMillan got fired, and he was the reason that the other guy before Nate, Lloyd Pierce, got fired. So there's 2 coaches they done put on Trae getting fired. Right? Now Trae Young is traded to Washington. You would look stupid to fire another coach after you traded Trae Young when Trae Young was supposedly the reason the previous 2 got fired.
Right.
Well, you can't put firing Quinn Snyder on Trae Young because Trae Young already been traded. So you had to sign Trae Young to justify it some kind of way. You see what I'm saying? And then you fire Quinn Snyder, who you gonna hire?
See me?
Mike Malone is now coaching in college. He's coaching UNC.
Right.
So he's out the window.
Right. Me? I go get somebody from New York. They just won the championship. Go get somebody got experience. Mark Jackson, come on down.
They not gonna hire Mark Jackson.
I mean, to me, and this is my opinion, to me, Mark Jackson to come in, do what he needs to do, bring the team back to life. I think if we had Mark Jackson, we would have kicked the New York Knicks' ass. To be honest with
you, we didn't have enough. We didn't have enough. We was too small. We didn't have any big. We couldn't.
Right.
We couldn't do nothing with the Knicks. Regardless of who our coach was, we weren't gonna beat the Knicks.
But what I'm saying, Mark Jackson be playing chess. He's not playing checkers no more.
That was nothing we didn't have any bigs to match up with Cat or Mitchell Robinson.
Okay,
they killed us in the front court.
But Mark Jackson would have seen that coming.
Then we didn't have no point guard. We had CJ McCollum is what, 35?
Yeah. So you tell me Mark Jackson cannot get those 2 big mans in the off season?
In what off season? What are you talking about?
If we will hire Mark Jackson, and we know we were small, he will not say, "Hey, Gene, I need 2 big mans."
I'm quite sure the coaches that we have notice we don't have the hype, you know. Okay, we ain't been had bigs in a while. So
that my point. If you know we don't got this, why don't you go get this, or why you just let it show the whole world we don't got this?
So what bigs do you think that if Mark Jackson was the coach? I mean, obviously he's not, but if he was, like you said, what bigs do you think we would have went after and got?
To me, I would go get Steven Adams
to be a starting big.
Yeah, why not?
Because you got Steven Adams, Jalen Johnson. Then who was playing the 3? Was Zachary Richey playing the 3?
He was playing the 2.
Nah, Dyson Daniels was.
Yeah.
Daniels was out there.
Yeah.
And who the hell was
Kuminga?
Kuminga was coming off the bench because Kuminga got traded there with Porzingis. Yeah. We had Porzingis, but Porzingis didn't play. And then for some strange reason, as soon as he got traded to Golden State, he started playing. So I don't know, was he really hurt or was the Hawks just holding him out because they knew they was going to trade him?
Right.
That whole Trae Young, Porzingis, it pretty much just they didn't even give it a chance to work because they didn't try it. So do you think the Hawks could have still made the playoffs had they kept Trae Young and Porzingis?
Yes.
Assuming that Trae Young came back after All-Star break and played like he could have played, but I think they held him out because they knew they were going to trade him.
Right.
Same thing with Porzingis.
I think they could have made the playoffs with Trae.
Okay. I mean, a lot of people think the Hawks wouldn't even make the playoffs if that team,
But again, how much you want to win?
So that would have been Trae at the 1, Dyson Daniels at the 2. I guess Zachary Richey would have been at 3, Jalen Johnson at the 4, and Porzingis at the 5.
Right.
And you wouldn't have had Kuminga because he was part of the trade, but you would have had Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and you would have had a Congo or Onyeka Congo.
Right. If you look at all these teams,
then you had Luke Kennard. Remember, we traded Luke Kennard for Gabe Vincent, so Luke Kennard would have been coming off.
If you look at all these teams that want to win, they go all the way in the off season. The Warriors, Houston, Boston, OKC, New York Knicks, the Bucks, Orlando, all these teams, they go all in. They make trades to get better. Because why? They believe in that team. They want to win. Detroit, Minnesota. Watch. Minnesota is going to do something this offseason. I don't know what.
You know what? Next week, we need to do? We just need to do a breakdown of the East and breakdown of the West. You know what I'm saying? Break the Eastern Conference down. I mean, obviously, this is before the draft and before.
Right.
But kind of like what we're doing now. But I didn't mean to cut y'all, but it just popped in my head to say that. I don't know.
It's going to be a lot of these teams getting better in the offseason. Watch. And they're going to get better by the trade deadline.
Then you got to think about the Indiana Pacers getting Halliburton back.
Or by draft day. Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure how they're going to look when he get back, but because Miles Turner's gone. Miles Turner's in Milwaukee.
Right.
But they did get Zubac.
Right.
Remember they traded from the Clippers, so they got Zubac. Pascal Siakam is still there. Mm-hmm. Benedict Mathurin Benedict, which I forget. I keep saying his name backwards, but he with the Clippers now. He was part of the Zubac trade, but Halliburton come back, so I guess the Indiana Pacers will be kind of back in the mix. I'm not saying they're gonna be back in the finals, but I'm saying they'll be a much better team when he get back than they was this season. You know, so
but what we finna see by draft day, it's gonna be a lot of these teams making trades. A lot of them.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I know Chicago is not going to be doing much or nothing, and I don't
do that much.
I'm not looking for Milwaukee to do nothing when they trade Giannis. Taylor Jenkins, the new head coach over there, I'm not looking for them to do a whole lot. Now I think eventually Milwaukee will get back because Taylor Jenkins did do he did a solid job with Memphis.
Right.
So I expect Milwaukee to be, not next year, but a couple years after. Kind of start to kind of get stuff right.
Retool all over again.
Yeah, they got a lot of retooling to do. They're gonna need a lot of drafting.
It's gonna be a couple years before they get back.
Yeah, but I could see them not being down for a decade. You know what I'm saying? Unless they go through another situation where they fire the coach and then have to do stuff all over again. But Toronto, that's a team we didn't talk about. Toronto,
another team that everybody's sleeping on Toronto. I think they did good this year. With what they had.
Yeah.
And can they get better? Yeah.
I mean, what do they need? They got Brandon Ingram and Scotty Barnes.
See, I like Brandon Ingram. I like that cat.
RJ Barrett over there. So what you think?
RJ Barrett really grow the fuck up in Toronto. Though when he was with the New York Knicks.
So you think they need a point guard over there?
Yes, most definitely.
What about if they could get well, I'm just throwing it out there, a Drew Holiday type of point guard.
You see, that's the kind of point guard I want the Hawks to get. Because
you look at Portland, they got Dame Lillard back, they got Scoot Henderson over, they got guards over there.
Yeah.
So somebody's gonna be
gonna get cut.
Yeah, one of the guards gonna have to go. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody's gonna get cut. I'll tell you that much.
Then Jeremy Grant, I think they still looking to move him, which I think a contending team could use him, a 3-and-D type of guy. But looking at how the Portland Trailblazers played this year, I don't know who the hell gonna be the coach. With Thiago Splitter now gone.
They gonna find a searcher out there. They gonna find somebody. And that man, the man that bought that team, loved to spend money. So,
what is Drew Holiday's contract? That's crazy. We brought his name up. It just popped up for me.
I like Drew.
Yeah, but that's so Hawks like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Again, what?
He's making $33 million a year.
On NBA draft day.
He's making 34. He's gonna be making 34.8 this upcoming season, and then next season he has a player option for 37.2.
Oh, he's straight then. He's straight. I would love to get him on the Hawks.
He said Joe Johnson out the Joe Johnson out the entire Big 3 season from complications from a torn patella tendon last summer.
Dang.
Is that the same injury Al Horford had when he was in Atlanta? Benedict Mathurin. I don't know why I keep saying Mathurin Benedict. For some reason, I be saying his first name last and his last name first. But yeah, he was part of the trade to get Zubac.
Al just was soft as hell when he was with us.
I'm talking about that first year Budenholzer was there. Remember, Al Horford didn't play because he tore some muscle in preseason.
Right.
And he missed the whole season. And that was the year that we went to the playoffs as an 8th seed. This was before they even had the NBA play-in. We went to the playoffs as an 8th seed, and we took the Indiana Pacers 7 games in round 1. I think we was a missed 3-point shot away from upsetting the Pacers in the first round.
Why we always be missed?
We didn't have Al Horford that year, and then the following year when we got Al Horford back, that's when we went to the Eastern Conference Finals. We had 60 wins.
What, the Cavs?
Yeah, that's when we lost to the Cavs in the Eastern Conference Finals. We had 60 wins that year.
Right, I hated that shit. We could not even get one game on LeBron. Not one. I'm like, y'all ain't shit, boy.
But I'm curious to know what Portland trade Jrue Holiday.
I think that would.
Yeah, he's gonna be making 34.8 this upcoming season at 36 years old. Next year he'll be 37 and he have a player option for 37.2 million.
See, Jrue remind me of a Jason Kidd type of point guard.
So then you'll have a solid defensive backcourt with Jrue Holiday and Dyson Daniels.
Right. To me.
But can you rely on Jrue Holiday to score when you need him to score?
I think you can. He did it in Milwaukee.
Let me see what Jrue Holiday numbers is. Because, I mean, I think right now you can't have Jrue Holiday being your number 2 guy.
Why not?
Because he's 37 and your number 2 guy got to be able to score, in today's NBA, you got to have your number 2 guy got to be a pretty solid scorer. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, Jrue Holiday is a good player. And if we already had a 1 and 2 and then you had enough room to bring in Jrue Holiday, he'll be a damn good 3 for what he do and bring.
And we already talked about a leader. He know how to get to the finals. He was on that team.
He averaged 16, 5, and 6 this year in 53 games. 16 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Now, when he was with
Milwaukee.
Well, he went to Boston after Milwaukee. But that was 1, 2, 3, 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They won the chip in 01, 2000, 2000. I mean 21. Well, I said 01, 21. They won the chip. He averaged 18 points that year. And then the second year in Milwaukee, he averaged 18. And then the third year in Milwaukee, he averaged 19. Then when he went to Boston, he averaged 13. And then the second year in Boston, he averaged 11. But when he was there in Boston, he had Jaylen Brown and Tatum.
Right.
So that was a good third option for Milwaukee when you got Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Right. But we don't have that type of option in Atlanta. I'm not talking bad about Jalen Johnson because he's a good player, but
you're right.
But and then in Portland he averaged 16 this year.
To me, if Jalen Johnson, the superstar like he think he is, he better be working on his jump shot.
So now you in the same situation where you got to add another score.
Right. I mean, you know it bust about it. Or will you bring back CJ?
You can't bring back CJ McCollum to be your point guard.
I mean, I just saying that the rumors I've been hearing. I will not do it, but that the rumors.
But if you don't do it, you can't bring back a role player.
What?
Because remember now, CJ McCollum and the guy Corey Crispus, I guess I'm saying his name right. Those were the only 2 you got back in the Trae Young trade. So there's no way in the hell you trade Trae Young, get CJ McCollum back, and if you don't re-sign him, you sign a role player. So you basically got back 2 role players for Trae Young. That's non-starters.
Right.
At least if you don't bring CJ McCollum back, you got to bring somebody back that's going to be a starter and not a role player.
All right.
To make the trade make sense, because now you got rid of a point guard just to be looking for one. That's exactly what it's looking like now. You can't turn CJ McCollum right now, who is 35 in his 30s, into a point guard now.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
but
It's damn near like CJ McCollum would be a perfect 6-man now.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's what I would do. I would make him the 6-man. I would go find me a point guard. They're all season.
But what you gonna do with Nickeil Alexander-Walker?
Let's see. Ooh.
See what I'm saying?
Right. See, I like him too. That dude right there. But he need to get in the weight room too. But
it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot of questions, but
yeah, a lot of questions. But we're gonna see on draft day what they gonna do.
Yeah, and if they draft a point guard, then
we won't be getting on.
Why would you need to bring CJ McCollum back if you draft a guard?
Right.
And what you gonna do with your big man situation? Are you gonna draft one, or you gonna go and sign him and trade for him in free agency?
See, I think that we draft that dude from Michigan. That's what I think.
So now, what you gonna do at the point guard position?
Hello.
Yeah, what you gonna do at the point guard position?
I think they're gonna trade for one. That's what I think. I mean, I like the dude, but he don't need to be down here. I know he's gonna be getting bullshit.
What are you talking about?
John Morant.
Oh.
He's gonna be getting way too much bullshit down here.
It's almost like they're gonna be in desperation for a point guard. The team gonna know that, and they gonna, smack him across the head on the asking price.
Right. Or you do find that sucker, the Kings.
The Kings don't have nothing that we need.
Or the Blazers. I'm just saying. But
yeah. But all right, fellas, man. Till next week. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the content. This is what we do each and every week, man. We just be on here, keeping it real.
Fun.
Yeah,
talk bullshit.
Yeah, and keep it real.
Right.
But until next week, man, we'll see y'all.
Like and share the show, y'all.